Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm super excited to have you here with me today. And today's episode, yes, you read it correctly. Why you shouldn't do shit. Hello. What a title. I'm quite happy with that one actually. Um, Welcome to the last show of 2023. At the time of recording this, it's Saturday, the 30th of December. So this is our very last show of the year. And before I hit record on today's show, it really got me thinking about the last 12 months. 2023, what a year. I don't really know where to begin when I think about unpacking it for myself. So I just had a little note down here. I think I'm going to save that for another episode. And in that episode, I'm going to look to pull out all the key learnings, the key things that I've learned in 2023 and share them in the hope that you find and you can pick out some little golden nuggets to maybe help you and guide you to a successful 2024. So look out, stay tuned for that episode in the next couple of days, couple of weeks. I'll get that one pushed through for you guys. So today, I want to touch on one main thing, and it's actually one main word, in fact, and it's the word should. Ugh. Got a massive dislike against that word, but anyway, I'll unpack it for you and I'll explain a little bit more why. I personally had a massive battle with this word, and it was around the time that when we were looking to hire our very first team member at our business, Open Air Fitness. And I essentially hired someone, and then I had this massive internal battle with myself where I would be out and about or I'd be at home and I would be saying to myself internally, like, I should be the one there who's running that session, or I should be down there right now doing X, Y, and Z. And if you own your own business, I'm sure you've had this at some point. And it really consumed me. And if I'm being completely honest, it is still something that I have little mini wrestles with today, but I'm fast to correct myself because I've got much more awareness around it. And hopefully I'm going to share a little bit of that with you right now. So does this ever pop up for you? Do you ever say the word should? Or I think I probably should just do it? Or do you ever say I should do this? Or does it ever get presented externally as Bob or Karen said I should do this now, so I feel bad if I don't. They said I should, so it makes me feel bad if I don't. Super interesting, right? As soon as I hear this word, as soon as I hear the word should, I think I've now got a built-in alarm that just goes off like a siren in my brain. And when you say that, because when you say the word should to yourself, you place unnecessary, unwanted, unwarranted pressure on yourself. Now, what happens when someone says it to you? Interesting, right? Because depending on the person and the context, but it kind of feels the same. Well, it kind of feels the same to me anyway. Now, a little story from yesterday where this word just kept crapping all over the place. Yes, I just said that this word kept crapping all over the place. And let's keep his identity secure and let's just call him Ben. So Ben was feeling at a bit of a crossroads, and he was a little torn between two potential options that he had for an end of year shindig. And this might be super relevant for you right now. Option one was go to the shindig. Option two was don't go to the shindig. Pretty straightforward so far, right? Now, let's add some layers in there. Option one was going to the shindig, but Ben doesn't really want to go. He'd sooner be out camping, exploring, a bit of an adventure, or doing pretty much almost anything other than being around rowdy, drunk people. And I want to layer that now with the external pressure from loved ones close to him that say he should go or he should just go, which then acts as a trigger for his own internal pressure. So external other people, internal himself as internal pressure, where he's now saying to himself, should I just go? Maybe you've been there. Maybe you've felt this before yourself. Now, let's look at option two. Option two, don't go to the shindig. Like I mentioned before, Ben would sooner probably do anything else. Now, not going to the shindig makes his loved ones, or could potentially make his loved ones a little cross, a little angry, a little sad. And ultimately then internally, he feels like he's letting them down, even as far as to go as thinking that there's something wrong with him for not wanting to go. Wow. Super fascinating. And maybe this has played out for you in one area of your life or another, but this is just a quick story. But if you think about the actual framework from this, and you'll be able to notice and pick up if this is playing out anywhere for you in different scenarios. I'll try and unpack those as well. So what do you think the very first step for Ben is from his two options? You've heard his two options now. What questions would you ask? How would you help him navigate this situation? And the very first thing that I picked up on was the word should, as you might have gathered from the title of today's show. And I almost see that word as like a pressure valve getting shut and trapping whatever pressure that is inside. And ultimately, the more and more should is said, repeating that word over and over again just adds more and more pressure into a system that has got the valve closed. So the pressure builds up, it builds up. Now, what if there was a way just to quickly and easily release any form of pressure from not only just the two options, but maybe even giving Ben some more options as well? That'd be pretty cool, right? Well, that's exactly what we did with a very slight shift in language. Guys, your language is so powerful. All we did was change the word should to could. And we just let Ben try that on. We let him switch all the shoulds to coulds. Could Ben go to the shindig? Yeah. Could Ben also not go to the shindig? Yeah. Could he do something completely different? Yeah. The pressure release just by this simple change is quite fascinating, and I highly recommend you trying this out next time you're shoulding all over yourself or someone else even is shoulding all over you. What happens when it gets switched to could? The pressure is released. More options appear. They appear to be present, and there essentially feels like there is now room to think and just make better decisions. Now, just to dive a little deeper into this and what could be potentially happening when someone says you should do something, this is effectively them pushing their map of the world onto you, which is interesting, right? Now, they might be doing this from a great place. It might be from a place of love, from care, from whatever place that is. It might be from actually a really good place. But the tricky part here is that they are not you. They could have completely different core values. They could have completely different core beliefs. They could see the world completely different to you. They could have a completely different vision or future for you. And they could essentially see complete differences in everything. And they could have completely different experiences, which may have altered their perceptions and perspectives on certain things. Now, I also hear should in a different scenario, obviously being in the health and fitness industry for a long time, hearing these kind of one-liners like, I should exercise more, or I should start eating healthier, or I should drink more water, or what's another one? I should get out of bed earlier. I should get to bed earlier, should I say. I should stop drinking too much alcohol. And this might be all really relevant one-liners for you right now at this time of year. But this, once again, it places and puts pressure on you. And it's that little internal voice that's stacking the pressure on you, and it can lead to overwhelm. And trust me, I have been there. But instead of using the word should in this scenario, instead of saying that I should exercise more, let's just try this on like a loose jumper. I could go for a walk. I could go to boot camp. I could go and play pickleball. Secret little plug there for one of my new loves right there. I could go to the gym and do a strength session. I could go for a swim. I could go for a run around the block. I could sit down right here and not exercise at all, right? You get it. Now, it's important to know where you want to get to, obviously, by setting a clear vision for yourself of where you're heading and understanding that you will need to take some form of action to get there. So, especially with the health and fitness, I'm not saying don't take any action to become the best version of you. I'm saying always there's always a way to expand your options and remove pressure from yourself. Another example is I should get to bed earlier, or I should get more sleep. Could we switch this to, could it be switched to, I could set a night alarm that acts as a trigger for me to start my 30-minute night routine. So, which could consist of like no screen time, shower, reading 10 pages. I could set this up 30 minutes prior to the time that would mean that I would get 8 hours sleep. I could do that. And even just saying that to yourself as a different scenario rather than just saying I should get to bed earlier, it just gives you options and it releases that pressure. Guys, if there's anything I would absolutely love for you to take from today's show is consider switching your shoulds for coulds and understand that everyone has their own map of the world, which is essentially their own lens in which they're seeing the world through, and it's okay for yours to be different. Guys, just a quick one today. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please share it on Instagram and tag me in it at Rich James Jackson. This way we can reach more people and have a big positive impact in the world in 2024. I really appreciate you all. And until next time, remember, fuck small talk. Life's too short for it. See you in the next show.